I'm Hak Baker, apparently, and I'm playing the Acoustasonic Fender. Lovely thing, hybrid, bit of acoustic, bit of electric, something in the middle. Bob's your uncle, you're laughing. Just gives me a bit more confidence, you know. It looks cool, I'm cool, we're matching up. Lovely bit of gear, that. It just makes our playing experience a bit easier. It's got a slimmer neck, so it's easier to do bar chords on it. And I grew up with acoustic, switched from electric to acoustic, you know, one-man show. And my style and approach to guitar is a bit sporadic, spontaneous. That's how I am as a person. I just pick it up and just start playing it, whatever feels good to me. I'm not trained in guitar at all. Like, I just use sounds really that can feel like what correlate with me. That's a bit emotive. I'll use that to pick up the guitar and go, you know, that's how I move. In East London, when I was growing up, it was all about really, it was garage, jungle, grime, obviously, but it progressed. Obviously, reggae's always being played anyways, but there's no rules in life, and there's definitely no rules around here, so you do as you've got to do. Guitar for me is always about evoking feeling. I know it ain't about technical because I can't play technically. For some reason, it's a surprise to people, even though it shouldn't be, because man and guitars was what's always been, you know. Especially black man and guitar, they've been doing that since the blues from a long time, in Africa, everywhere, to relate how one was feeling. The blues was a man and guitar telling his stories and his pains and his discomforts, but also what makes him happy. Really, I'm just following sync. I don't need everyone to be blowing smoke out my arse or whatnot. I just want to do what I want. Enjoy myself, having a drink, coming home to my wild night out and picking up my guitar and talking about how I feel, or even just playing it does it for me. I've always got melodies in my head. I've always got words, thinking of words. I think I do it too much. Singing for me is the only job really that I have, apart from like maybe youth work and stuff. I ain't had no job that's lasted longer than a week. I'm not here to work under nobody, that's not for me. So yeah, man, the guitars, that's me working. It's just something that's continual. The melody, guitars, and songs and words and pain and love and thought, all these things.
He's had a doctor coming, now it's a cop coming, running from police, whoever we meet. I'm gonna get cash on me, money for life, and love me, money from police, wherever we see them. This ain't a laughing joke, I pulled a half a coat, man gave me a deal and a half, cause he knows it's harder up. This isn't a laugh, I'm needing a car. The other one broke down and the journey to work was too far. I pulled my Parker on, my car had a marker on. Pulled me up in a hard shoulder lucky, it was all on me arse. This isn't a game, you know the police now pull out the vein. Tell them we're all the same, guess it's another $1 and a day. What a day, he's an doctor coming, now it's a cop coming, running from birdies, wherever he needs. I'm gonna get cash, some money for life, and love him, money from birdies, wherever we see them. He's a doctor, now he's a cop, coming, running from birdies, wherever we need them. I'm gonna get cash, some money for life, and love him, money from birdies, wherever we see them. Yeah, na 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 na. Na 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 na. What a task, officer, he was fast. This ain't a game or joke, on defense like this is me chance. They got an army close, I had to march back home. I had to change my clothes, told you my car had a marker. This ain't a game or show, but it's a praise, you know. All the people with me can't believe I was smiling with teeth for though. I see a change but slow, slowly in the making though. But until I raking blow my head low, cause I seen a police patrol. Is that a doctor coming, or is a cop coming, running from police, wherever we see them. I gotta get cash, some money for life, and love me, money from birdies, wherever we see them. He's at a doctor coming, or he's a cop coming, running from police. Wherever we see them, I'm gonna get cats. I'm in running for life, and I'm in running from police. Wherever we see them, yeah, na 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 na.
Cop car, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, police has never been our enemy, but we don't have to start singing darts or cry about it. You know, it's cops and robbers, isn't it? Come and get us if you can. Previous lifestyle, though, I'm not honest. Yeah, enough about that. You know, I do this for myself, firstly, because it's like a cathartic experience, especially when I'm writing songs. And then when I'm playing songs, I get to release my energy, but then you begin to have a responsibility to people to help them in whatever way the music seems to do, which I find a bit tricky sometimes, because I'm definitely not a role model. I don't feel like I am. People will say whatever they will, but I don't want to be a role model either. I don't want to do none of that, because I'm still going through what I'm trying to fix and whatnot. I feel learning how to be myself is the thing. I feel like that's like kind of an ongoing journey. Once you click into it and you really want to get in it, you can find aspects that help you come towards yourself more. And I think the guitar is always a thing that helps me come towards myself more. And I feel like when one's walking around drunk with heavy bravado in their back pocket, that's probably not the truest version of oneself. But I guess like when I get to sit on my own, play my guitar, I mean, how more honest I can get. I'm a very quiet introvert. No one knows that. You know, one knows this exoskeleton very well, and I use it to like navigate through life, but really and truthfully, I just want to relax and be at peace with myself, and I feel like the guitar helps reflect that. Trying to find like balance within oneself is so difficult, you know? For thinkers anyway. Just looking at myself in the mirror sometimes it hurts and it's difficult. The battles that people have between themselves are probably always the hardest. Don't give up, don't beat yourself up, be nicer to yourself, accept yourself. 1 minute you're on top of the world, 10 minutes later, fuck, is that what it looks like down here? Fucking hell. Do you know what I mean? Blimey. Yeah.
And the window slam, and the traffic jams, and the turmoil man. He don't know no land, and the bakeries are closed. Tenner for the sourdough, and the maybes are nose. In the twilight zone, had me almost lost London. Man, feeling among us, had me almost lost London. Man, it's feeling autumnal. No more highs or lows, only frowned on their faces, heading mobile phones. In the town that is now dated, guess who we always saw. But no one's outside to take in, and the people are low, trying to fight through their day shift, and the windows are closed. Cause the locals are faceless nights out in Marylebone. Though the cocktails were amazing, the night had no goal. But to burn through my payslip, no more dance floor gold. Cause everyone's off their faces that we almost lost London, man. The feeling among us that we almost lost London, man. It's feeling autumnal that we almost lost London, damn. To the theories and gumptions that we almost lost London, damn. It's feeling autumnal. Lovely, come on.
Lost London is just what it is, isn't it? You go outside, it's glum, and it's not the same. The streets ain't got no sparkle anymore, it's dead. So it's just a reflection of what I'm bloody seeing. I don't know, I feel like they've taken everything away from us. We're broken out there, and they're just crushing us every aspect they get, man. So that's what Lost London's about. The government's shambles, absolute shambolic. And where I grew up was a melting pot of a lot of things, a lot of cultures. It's deep East London, so we're talking about, obviously, there's black peoples, white peoples, Asian people, and all the other ethnicities that come within it. Immediately with that, it just teaches you how to be yourself, you know, because everyone's just in amongst it. If it's market, it's food, if it's music, if it's this and that. Every door open, or everyone's huddling outside, like my front garden was where it was at. My mum didn't used to let me out too much. She's fully old school Jamaican, you know. Make sure I end at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock when? Nah, I ain't going in at 7 o'clock, do you know what I mean? I realised there's so much to like being a Cockney, like, depends how far you want to take it, like do you want to wear pearls everywhere you go and things like that. When I first like realised what it was and what was going on, like I lived a very enclosed life. My mum was always scared about going out. She had this view that where we were living was very quite racist. And you know, it was a BNP forefront for a while, but I just didn't really see that. And my friends, black or white, we was always just like this from the get-go. When I figured out what it was and the feeling and the community and the talk and the lingo, I just liked it and I felt a part of it. I never felt like I wasn't a part of it, so I kind of grew towards that. But on the side note, obviously I'm heavily Caribbean influenced, like from my family and my friends as well, you know. Cockney doesn't change my ethnics. My ethnics are still like horrendously, terrifically like Caribbean and black. But like just where I'm from and the characteristics and the life skills that I got from being like a deep Eastlander, a Cockney, whatever you want to call it, yeah, that's there too. So I feel like I'm a lovely little hybrid. Kind of gives me that fearlessness really to just do it as I please with the instruments, because that's how we've lived our life around here anyways. Get up, go, meet your mates, do what you want. I guess I kind of like live by that holistically. I don't really care how the world interacts with me when it comes to me. If people got a problem with it, you can keep your fucking problem. I don't really care. But for us, if we're going out there as, you know, East Londoners, Cockneys, the first thing how we greet people and judge people is always immediately with respect and manners. Yeah, but it's also the same thing if I was to cut it to my Caribbean culture. I feel they cross-pollinate quite a lot as well, which people don't get. Cockney culture, Caribbean culture, you know, you come in someone's house, they feed you, they water you. It's all the same shit, really. It's just looking after one another. Whatever people want to call it, this shit and that shit. Whatever you want to call it, it's all just humanity really, and being humane. "13, feeling this soldier, still mummy's little soldier. Got an inkling things to get colder, as a lad has to get older. That's the controller, no electricity, fortnightly revolver in the dark. Hard time makes a lad vulgar. Mummy's hard at work, still can't find dad on a search. Stepdad's a silencer, and I ain't singing at the church. And his school shoes are the worst, turn a punch for a purse, but in the corner there's some work. Might sell a bit of puff, daddy's on the miss and it sucks. Need new kicks and stuff. Who needs a bit of puff? 079 me for a bus, or the cool kids sound drums. Might sell a bit of puff, daddy's on the miss and it sucks. Need new kicks and stuff. Who needs a bit of puff? 079 me for a bus, for the cool kids sell drums. I do it anywhere I can, just the shit that mommy can't stand. On the road with Michelin man, every day it's only about gang. Couldn't make the maths exam, handcuffs on the wrist till they jam. Behind the door I heard it slam. Mum won't bail me out of this jam. Big up my big sister Sam, always bail me out of this slammer. Me, Z's and Sam, up all night watching her man go, yo, yo. Where do I start? Mum and sister acting with anger. Why is this a part of man's upbringing, this anger? Might sell a bit of puff, daddy's on the miss and it sucks. Need new kicks and stuff. Who needs a bit of puff? 079 me for a buzz, or the cool kids sound drums. Might sell a bit of puff, that will get me run away, love, cause mum's working on graft. Might sell a bit of puff and buy my new birds a month. True love started off with a heart. Yeah, yeah. Cool kids, man. One can put a smile on behind the things that are happening at home and in your life. So I guess that's what that's talking about, really. Going out, acting how you have to act with your mates. Things are happening, man. Man's got to remain cool at all times, especially in those teenage years. So Cool Kid's just a reflection of getting through those times. For the best part of making music for me, it's definitely playing live. It's an energy exchange, and it's like figure eight. You give, they give back, you give, you get back. And hopefully by the end of the process, everybody's feeling energized. When I'm saying what I'm saying, the crowd typically relate and react quite raucously because someone I feel like is representing them and saying it how it is. So I feel it puts a fire in their stomach like it does for me. So they react. With the Acoustasonic, man, it just enables me to be that little bit more independent, you know. One day I want to just work with like a loop pedal and, you know, maybe create, you know, pull people in with a bit of acoustic finger picking what I do, and then, you know, switch up and play some like, you know, electric guitar chords. It just gives me a bit more independency and trust from myself, knowing that I can play maybe bigger stages or whatever without having the need of a band or whatnot. But sometimes I feel things can get lost in the hoo-ha and the rowdiness of what can happen when you're conveying such strong messages like what I do. So I feel like having a concentration and showing people the technicalities and what work can do and what hard work looks like with, you know, mastering something, because I'm not professionally trained in anything. But I guess with that, one can grow more confident. Legendary people, to me, are Bob Marley for a multitude of reasons, you know, standing up for what he believed in, standing up for the country and bringing people together through adversity. You know, they tried to ban him the day before his show and he still went out the next day to show that we're not scared of that. Muhammad Ali, again, a man that went out saying we ain't scared of you. You know, he went jail, lost his title and came back and done it all. He was one of the greatest men that ever lived, Muhammad Ali. Freddie Hampton, who part of the Black Panther movement. You know, a lot of people thought Black Panthers were quite aggressive, you know, fighting the power, which they needed to be at that time. But Freddie Hampton's approach was different. He was a very well, young, educated man. And his approach was, as much as this is a racial problem, it's also a class problem. So with class comes like a whole granular working class thing where we're all being oppressed, not just black people, even though we was being badly oppressed. And he made people come together, and then hence why he was assassinated. And Cherry Callier, also a great musician, guitarist. He had a record called What Colour Is Love, amazing. One of my favourite songs called Dancing Girl. He was just painting pictures of what he was seeing in Chicago at that time. And Maya Angelou, she's a soldier. Well, myself, like, I just want to just keep on passing the message, really. I don't have no dream in gold lights, you know? And if, you know, Fender are going to stick with me and keep backing me, it just helps. It helps to have like prestigious names behind you without changing your character as well. And I guess the plan is to just keep connecting people, really, without forcing it, just keeping my feet on the ground and just keep connecting to people globally. That's enough. Send my mum back home to Jamaica. As long as I can go there a couple of months in the year, get some proper sun, because I don't know what's going on out here. And I'll be sweet, really. Live on a farm, few animals. I'm done.